Coach Flores claims the Dolphins owner offered him $100,000 for each game he lost in 2019 so that the team could get a better draft.
For Shedeur Sanders, that all of this, the scrutiny, the way he's criticized, the wording that's used is unfair to him, but...
Why did you decide to make Joe the backup and not Shedeur?
Yeah, Joe's the backup.
Was there, along with changing to Dylan, was there any conversation at all about moving Shadur up to number 2 and making him...
My focus is on this game. Joe's the backup.
The Cleveland Browns' latest loss has sparked more than just frustration. It's ignited a firestorm of controversy. Fans are no longer just blaming the players or even the strategy. They're pointing their fingers directly at head coach Kevin Stefanski. Many believe there's something deeper going on, something that goes beyond football. The growing sentiment among fans is that Stefanski's unwillingness to give Shedeur Sanders a real shot, not even as a backup, has crossed into something much bigger. They're calling it what they believe it is: racism. According to fans, Shedeur isn't being given a fair opportunity to prove himself, and instead, he's being systematically kept off the field. Social media is exploding with debates, threads, and fan videos claiming Stefanski is merely a pawn in a larger system designed to hold Shedeur back. The Browns' loss may sting, but what's really hurting the fan base now is the belief that talent and hard work don't seem to matter. Not when bias controls the sidelines.
Field. Because at the end of the day, the goal is to try to get to NFL, no matter how hard it is, no matter how you...
Many black players in the NFL often feel an unspoken pressure to downplay or outright deny the presence of racism within the league. Some even go so far as to call the NFL one of the least racist organizations in America. A clear example of this is Cam Ward, the top overall draft pick, who proudly said that every young boy dreams of reaching the NFL, no matter how tough the road may be. For many, that dream overshadows any discussion of inequality or bias. But Shedeur Sanders stands apart from that mindset. He refuses to conform or silence his voice to fit into the system's expectations. He doesn't let the league control his narrative or dictate how he should behave to fit in. And it's exactly this defiance, this unwillingness to be molded, that seems to make the system uncomfortable with him. Instead of celebrating his individuality, they view it as resistance. And that's why the pushback against Shedeur feels so personal. Sometimes, racism doesn't just bruise reputations. It can completely alter careers. Even a player of Shedeur Sanders' caliber hasn't been immune to its effects. Once hailed as a potential top pick, maybe even the number 1 or number 2 overall, Shedeur shockingly slipped all the way to the 5th round. Now, instead of leading a franchise, he's battling just to secure his place in the league. The most frustrating part is that he hasn't done anything wrong. His only offense.
I'm outraged, I'm sickened, and I'm saddened. By the way, Shedeur continues to be treated in the National Football League, now by those sorry-ass Browns and sorry-ass Kevin Stefanski. So,
even Cam Ward has stepped forward to address what's happening, pointing out that the NFL seems to be crafting a familiar narrative around Shedeur Sanders, the same kind he once faced himself. Ward explained that the league and its media outlets have a pattern of targeting players who refuse to conform, especially those who dare to challenge the system. He noted that Shedeur is being painted in a negative light not because of his performance, but because of who he is and how he carries himself. According to Ward, the media is twisting Shedeur's image, downplaying his skills, and reshaping public perception, all because he doesn't fit the traditional mold of what a safe black quarterback is supposed to look and act like.
Then he's always been, just a great person to be around. A lot of stuff out there on him ain't really, the truth. Just because they spin it different ways, like they spin stuff about me different ways. But I've always thought he was a productive quarterback.
Even though many analysts hesitate to speak openly against the powerful figures shaping these narratives, their subtle remarks make it clear. There's a deep-rooted bias within the industry, especially toward black athletes like Shedeur Sanders. Former NFL player Ryan Clark recently addressed this very issue, pointing out that what's happening to Shedeur isn't an isolated case, but part of a long-standing pattern in the league. Clark explained that black quarterbacks are routinely held to far stricter standards, with every decision, every throw, and every mistake magnified far beyond what their white counterparts face. He questioned why Shedeur, a quarterback with clear talent and proven ability, continues to face such relentless criticism, while others with equal or even lesser performances are granted patience and forgiveness. Clark's words shed light on a painful truth. In the NFL, black quarterbacks aren't just expected to be great, they're expected to be flawless.
For Shedeur Sanders, that all of this, the scrutiny, the way he's criticized, the wording that's used is unfair to him, but...
Then there's Stephenasmith, one of the most recognizable figures in sports media, who recently cautioned Shadur to be careful. Now, Stephen A. is known for being one of the most outspoken voices in sports commentary, so his remarks certainly got attention. But here's the thing. His comment raised some serious questions. Was this truly a warning out of genuine concern for Shadur? Or is it just another part of the media's tendency to place extra pressure on black athletes? Why is it that, when Shadur starts to gain real success, voices like Stephen A's feel the need to issue warnings instead of offering praise?
That Shedeur Sanders understands that every little thing he does is under a microscope because of who your dad is.
Kevin Stefanski, whether by choice or pressure, has become a part of that control. His consistent decision to overlook Shadur isn't about football strategy anymore. It's about maintaining the narrative. Many believe Stefanski isn't truly free to make the call himself. He's following a system that doesn't want a player like Shadur to rise. The league has always had trouble with confident black quarterbacks who challenge the structure, and Shadur fits that mold perfectly. Until the NFL learns to embrace players who bring their full identity and authenticity to the game, the cycle will continue. Shedeur Sanders represents more than just a quarterback. He represents change. And that's exactly what the system fears the most. But what do you think about all this? Do you believe Shedeur Sanders is being held back because he refuses to conform to the system's expectations? Is Kevin Stefanski truly making these decisions on his own? Or is he just following orders from higher up in the organization? And why does it seem that confident black quarterbacks always have to fight twice as hard just to prove what's already obvious, that they belong on that field? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think this is about football or something much bigger?